A young British engineer, Colin Chapman, began making race engines behind the Railway Hotel in Hornsey and used his lightweight philosophy to win Formula One races and build much-loved driver-orientated sports cars. In the 1970s, Lotus moved on with new models aimed at new customers. The Esprit was a bold hit on the supercar market, a mid-engined, lightweight fiberglass wedge that handled superbly and exotic enough to star in a Bond film. Of course, many parts were borrowed, but its Italian-designed beauty shone through. A truly iconic British sports car that was a box office hit and in production for nearly 30 years.
They are really, I suppose, the only affordable supercar out there, really. I mean, they are in that, Ferrari-type bracket, aren't they?
This one is a 1981 Series 3, stored in a barn with just 44,000 miles on the clock.
The fiberglass doesn't look to have cracked anywhere. The wheel arch trims, they're all nicely still in place. They tend to curl up like an old sandwich, It's grubby inside, but that's all it is. I see no reason why you shouldn't be able to buy this for 20 and turn it into a 30k car.
If Dave's confident, then so are we.
So, number 22, the Lotus Esprit. It's a proper car, a lovely car.
We'll be bidding over the phone with Meg's help.
So, I've got some bids here. 17,000. £17,000. 18? 18,000, says Alan's phone. 18,000. £19,000. 20, Charlie's bid. Meg at 20,250. At 20,005, internet bid just jumped in. 20,750. Meg's back in again. At 21,000.
Internet's jumping in.
21,000 and 250 says Meg. 21,500. 21,750. 22,000 and 250. Back in again. 22,250.
I am stressing it. It's not my money.
22,500. I can't wait to see this car looking fantastic. 22,750.
Right, it's 22,750. 22,750 is it?
At 22,750. Are we all done? At 22,750.
Yay, the hammer's down. We got a clap as well. Congratulations, thank you.
We're slightly overcome that we are the actual owners of a James Bond-style supercar. Good enough for Roger Moore, hopefully good enough for Derek.
Here it is, the Bond Beast. Went underwater from what I remember. I'm not a Bond fan. Since they've done away with the DB5, ended it for me, really. I don't want to appear critical, but the interior looks awful, doesn't it? It doesn't look as done 44,000 miles, does it? It looks like it's done 144,000 miles. Got very, very dusty, as you can see, and so difficult to get in and out. They're built just to tear off down the road and sound good and handle like they're on rails, and let's be fair, they do handle damn well. I think it's going to make a lovely car, but I do hope that the Bangers and Cash team haven't bitten off more than they can chew with this one.
We're aware this car is a bit highly strung. We're sending it off for a rejuvenating trip to Devon. Phil Webb and his sons Ben and James run the Southwest Lotus Centre. They've specialised in this make of car for decades.
Well, you said it was rough. Ain't that bad.
Originally, we're all from London. Dad had a garage up there. He was doing a lot for local Lotus dealers and specialists at the time. Moved down here in '91. Mum does all the accounts. My brother is like head of the spanners. So I'm flittering between everything.
I love it too much. I couldn't retire.
So you're not going to retire?
No. I'll carry me out here in the box in the end.
But only when you finished our car?
Yeah, when you finish your car.
Yeah.
How long has it been stood? Do we know that?
A long time. So the last tax disc is 2013.
Right, OK, so we won't go for a start.
Ben's the smallest, he can jump in.
It's nice having your family. I mean, the wife at the front of the house and the two boys, it's nice, but it does have its moments.
And who's usually right?
Me. Yeah, but the trouble is family don't listen.
It's obviously had a bit of work, but first impressions look a nice, solid car.
First impressions count?
Yeah. That's what my missus says.
But then, our least favourite sound, a car ramp. If there are serious problems underneath, we can kiss goodbye to any idea of a profit.
Oh, it's got aftermarket shocks on it. And it looks like the yoke at the bottom's too small because it's started to cave the arm in.
A few oil leaks, water leaks. Yeah, cam carriers, rocker covers leaking.
Is it?
Yeah.
It sounds bad, but apparently all this stuff is normal.
Rad's all in good nick.
Not a bad car, is it? Obviously, we haven't got into the mechanical side of it yet, but exterior, bodywork, interior, I would say is a good 8 out of 10 at the moment.
But the state of the engine is still unknown.
And if we're into a rebuild,
then it comes out.
and that's big money.
You're going to have to remortgage.
Back in Devon, something else to be nervous about.
So it's big day today.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Find out.
Our fragile budget hangs on the result of a short engine test.
We've done the cam belt. We're only going to run it for 30 seconds to a minute max because we've got no water in it, just to basically see what the engine sounds like, whether it's on 4 cylinders, whether we've got good oil pressure or not.
Worst case scenario.
Engine out. That's the end of that. Yeah, loads of money. All right. Fuel pump on first.
Yeah, all good?
Go on. Go on.
Yeah, we got oil pressure.
Oil pressure, how much?
Just over 50.
50. Four cylinders. Got 50 psi still.
Yeah, well, just over.
So we've got good oil pressure. It was on 3 cylinders to start on stale fuel, and then all of a sudden the 4th cylinder come in, so we're quite happy with the engine at the moment. 12.
It's a big relief, as those who've done this sort of thing will know to their cost. That could have gone horribly wrong. But this confirms our Lotus is a good car to restore, and Phil can now crack on with the brakes and suspension.
I'm going to take all of this apart and replace all the bushes. 30 odd years old and stuck. That's got it.
The dismantling went on for quite some time. There were seized bolts and some miscommunications.
It's not turning, is it? Or I've got the longest bolt in the world.
But the end's turning.
It is? Yeah. Why didn't you tell me that the first? This one is not seized.
You just asked me.
I said, is it turning?
Yeah, and I went, yes.
It's still the longest bolt in the world.
I get the feeling you're not easily beaten, Phil.
I can't be beaten. It's only money that beats you in the end.
With everything going on below, Ben can still work on the engine. He'll be checking the tappet clearances under the camshaft. They need to be precisely adjusted, so the inlet and exhaust valves open and close in total Lotus harmony. A problem here, and you get a lumpy, clackety engine.
Quite slack on the 7.
A bit later, James gets started on the interior. It's wall-to-wall leather, but it's all coming out so it can be recoloured and treated, a process called conolizing.
Just grab that with you, please, mate. The foam just deteriorates over time. It all just falls to pieces. It's literally crumbling.
Part of this process is figuring out what colour the interior should be.
So we can see this is all still the original colour, so we can send that off and get that analysed and get an exact match.
Different cars attract different types of buyer, don't they? The Lotus Esprit buyer expectations are a little bit wonky. Their standards will be amazingly high, Yeah, because of the name and the badge he's got on it, I suppose, really.
In the West Country, and now, just over a month into the Lotus Esprit recommission, Phil has sandblasted, painted and rebuilt most of the front suspension.
We had the electrician in, who's been through the whole car and made sure everything electrically is working.
Mercifully, the engine didn't need rebuilding, but Ben still had work to do.
Full decoke, lap the valves in, bit of a clean up and a quick coat of paint just to make it look a bit nicer.
The carburettors, which mix the air and the fuel, have also been cleaned. Reassembling the heart of this 80s classic can now begin.
I'd much rather do this here than in the car. Everything's so fiddly.
Right, so everything's original, by the way. We've straightened them out. New bushes in the top arm. Obviously new nuts and bolts on everything. Reliable, safe, MOTable, somebody can use it and drive it, and looking the best that we can make it.
The Esprit is fitted with adjustable shock absorbers, so you can opt for comfort or firmness.
That should be, if I let go of that, attack.
It's like you've done it before, Phil.
Well, just a few times.
Quite happy with that.
It's all going very well, which is often too good to be true. In Devon, after some good progress up front, the atmosphere has changed a bit.
Absolute nightmare.
It's all down to the rear suspension and hub.
Everything is seized and everything has been got at by somebody else. You're going to need a punch.
Bits of sawn-off bolt need to be extracted. Phil moves to the press.
Oh, boxy thing.
5 tons of pressure.
Praying.
A replacement almost impossible to find.
Go on. Go on. Go on.
It's messy, but it's working.
Salvaged.
Ben's had an easier ride with the engine.
Hopefully going to get it running.
Got to get these rocker covers on, get the cam belt on, timed up. Looking nice in there now.
The next stage may look like it involves a deep fat fryer, but this is an ultrasonic cleaner with a tasty serving of fuel jets. Ben makes sure that they work using this curious contraption. And then both carburettors plus the inlet manifold can be refitted.
Easy, look.
Then, after a bit more plumbing, the most important test of our recommissioning.
Have you got the throttle, yeah?
I've got that pump. Yeah, I've got the throttle.
About 60.
It's a sweet sound, made even sweeter by us not having to resort to extensive work. For Phil and the team, though, there's no song and dance. Bringing Lotuses back to life is just what they do.
So that sounds really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In Devon, we're entering the final stages of our Lotus Esprit recommission. Phil's a bit more chipper now that he can reassemble the nightmare rear suspension and hub.
Got the grease as well. Good man. Get in there.
There's more hammering. But this time, it's the satisfying type. Our prestige sports car then gets rewarded with a change of scenery. It's James's time to shine.
Started with the carpets, ripping up the old carpets. These are all riveted in. Get rid of the glue. Then started cleaning up the leather. It's a lot lighter already. Nice, getting all that done, real deep clean. Then to the paint. We're still going to work out how many shades we're going to put down, but so far it's worlds apart. Clearly my hairdryer from home. Never go anywhere without it. Wheels are back, so yeah, they're all ready to go on. Looking forward to getting the interior finished, get the carpets in. It should look really, really good.
So the following morning, the interior was complete.
It's come up all right, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, yeah. It's come up really nice.
You're quite pleased with it?
I'm really pleased with it. Really happy with how the leather came up. Makes it look like a proper supercar again.
And finally, after all the hard work, one of the most satisfying jobs of the project.
We've just snow foamed it, so the foam's going to start breaking up all the dirt, agitating the years of grit. Rinse it off in fresh water. We're going to clay bar it inside, so we're just spraying a little wax lubricant on it to take the rest of the contamination off. I find it really therapeutic. We're going to use a rotary machine polisher to help revive the paint of the car. Blue tape's on to help protect the edges, because it's the thinnest part of the paint.
It's the cosmetic makeover this Lotus always deserved.
It gives us a real big satisfaction, bringing something that's stood in a barn for 20 years and bring them back to life for people to enjoy, because that's what they're there for at the end of the day.
It's gone really well, the project. I'm hoping it makes the money that it should do. 35, perhaps 30 to 35,000 would be nice.
We're rather hoping the same will be said about our 1981 Lotus Esprit. It's all done and looking about as good as one of these cars gets. As for the finances, this stuff doesn't come cheap. We spent £24,715 to buy it at the auction. Parts came in at £6,824. Labour was £8,568, bringing the grand total to a potentially troublesome £40,107.
Looks really well, doesn't it? I genuinely do think it looks great. It was ultra important in my eyes just to do a very, very careful recommission on the car, not a restoration. And from what I understand, I think that's what's happened. So I'm really pleased. Did it drive all right?
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
If it drives like a three-piece suite, then I'm going to find it difficult to sell for you. But if it drives like a Lotus, then we're on. We're away, yeah. But she pulls nicely. Nice and smooth. She's obviously set up well. The steering's straight, the brakes are nice, gear change is nice, it's responsive, it's doing everything that we want it to do. You're not going to get one driving any better, no way. Above everything else, it drives just like a Lotus, yeah.
We've done all we can. Now it just needs the right buyer.
Probably the star of the show today is the 1981 Lotus Esprit. Can we start at 25,000, Will, please? At £25,000, 26,000, 27,000, £28,000 bid at 28,000, £29,000, £30,000 on the internet there at £30,000, £31,000, 32 says Alan at 32, £33,000 on the net at 33, 34,
35.
£35,000. So he should, Alan. At 35,000, 36, 37,000 pound, 38,000 and 9, 40,000 pounds.
150 quid in profit.
41, 42, 43, 44,000, 44,250, 44,5, 44,500 pound and 750, and 45 at 45,000 pound. Thank you ever so much. 45,000 pound, and fair warning, the hammer's going down at 45,000 pound. 45,000 pound. Well done, guys.
An extraordinary thing has happened. After commissions have been paid, we are £1,551 in profit.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely.
The whole thing's gone according to plan, which is a first, isn't it?
And what plan was that?
I suppose it could be the one that demonstrates that it could work, this restoration job, maybe.
And the Lotus Esprit won't be going into retirement either. New owner Andrew Nulty has been waiting a long time to drive one as good as this.
Seriously, well over a decade, because you've got to start with the right ingredients. And you've done it with the best team, the best people, the best engineers, not just for the basics of the carpets, the headlinings, what they did with the BBS wheels, just the noise now of the engine, that's for connoisseurs. Hope it stays in my family for 100 years and my boys get to drive it. And it's not even an investment. It's pure soul, history, Lotus 1981, James Bond, everything's perfect. It doesn't get any better.